All right. NBA late spot tool. You got my full attention. Don't worry. All right, Stokastic, here we go. It's your old pal EMac coming to you on this snowy, frigid Sunday evening. I'm in the warmth of Florida, but I am wearing a jersey, so I can be in solidarity with everybody up there in Buffalo Stadium, formerly known as the Ralph. We've got a cold one there, Matt. Did you see all the snow that was there? Potential there could be flurries tonight around 10 o'clock, but shouldn't be impacting the game like the other primetime one we saw. But how are you feeling about this frigid weather there coming off of the lakes, the Great Lakes?
Yeah, we're getting some snow here. No surprise. I'll tell you what, a classic West Coast team coming east, northeast to play an East Coast team that is more than comfortable playing in weather like this. I do feel like if there was any West Coast team you trust to play well in a spot like this, it's San Fran, just because of the guys on their team, their coaching, etc. But they're not in a good way right now. They got injury problems. They're not playing great ball. So I think that it's pretty reasonable to expect Buffalo to win, not like comfortably in a blowout, but pretty easily. I think San Fran could give them problems. The weather might be a big detriment to that, though.
Yeah, and with the wind chill, it's going to be into the low 20s. Regular temperature is around 27, and there's going to be more extremes. And some of the pictures that they were putting out on social media even a few hours ago were making it seem like the field was still going to be covered in snow and all of that. No, they're going to play the game. Not going to be an issue. Going to be very cold in the stands. Bills Mafia is going to be filled with liquid courage. I am sure for this one. It's no doubt about that. So we've got a fun one there. On the injury front, we have Brock Purdy is going to play. He has been dealing with the sore right shoulder. It held him out of the last game. That's not going to feel good in the cold when you have 280-pound people falling on your shoulder. So always in-game concerns for that. But Brandon Allen is actually inactive. So I suspect that means Josh Dobbs is the backup. Is that what you're inferring from this one?
Yes,
Matt?
it is.
All right. Trent Williams also out. He's the offensive left tackle. He's been out for a little while. And then on their defense, they don't have Nick Bosa, Demetrius Flanagan-Foles, Diamador Lenore, and then Jordan Elliott is also out. And blanking on their good coverage linebacker that goes against tight ends. He's apparently playing with a foot fracture since week 4. I don't know if so I don't know if that's like a hairline, right? Like shin splints, kind of a foot fracture, but he's not on the injury report. So it's sort of like, not sure I like this information here. Remember when the leagues were all fired up that they wanted an integrity fee from all of the sports wagering sites to make sure their news was good? It's like, no, your news needs to be good regardless. In any event, that is the San Francisco side. For the Buffalo side, obviously Dalton Kincaid is out. Keon Coleman not going to return. He's been dealing with a wrist issue. So we are going to get a similar look with Curtis Samuel. We've got Dawson Knox in there, Khalil Shakir. A lot of short passes is what the expectation is tonight. But we've got a crowded backfield on one side, crowded skill positions on the other. So we've got a fun one to break down here, Matt. Are you ready, good sir?
I am. For me, the biggest injury, not news because we're not waiting on anything, is Trent Williams. Man, he is a monster. Still probably one of, if not the best left tackle in football. So anytime you're missing him, especially in a game like this, it's going to really hurt their offense. And I know that I don't have the numbers offhand, but they're a much better football team offensively when Trent Williams plays.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you don't want to lose sight of. He in particular, as Matt was saying, future Hall of Famer, definitely elevated the position for the better part of the last decade. Missing him just impacts everything. You got to start thinking about, does that mean George Kittle is going to have to block more? What does that mean with running lanes for Debo? Is Christian McCaffrey still Christian McCaffrey inside of Christian McCaffrey? Or is what we see what we're going to get without the efficiency that we're used to, without the explosiveness, without the touchdowns? Yikes. pretty scary. But I think we are ready to go here. Hit that like button if you guys have not already. We got about 500 cruising in here to watch the show. We appreciate all of you coming in on a Sunday night to watch this. I just want to quickly remind everybody we have 2 deals that are ending at midnight tonight. The first one is the Black Friday deal. The promo code is Black Friday. If you pick any single sport package, the core sports or the max, which means you get the Sims, you get 50% off 1 month with the promo code Black Friday. That ends at midnight tonight. And then on OddsShopper, you can get 1 month for a 75% discount. That is promo code Thanks. So 2 really good deals. The clock is ticking. You got less than 5 hours to get these because you know what's going to happen tomorrow on the first show. Somebody's going, hey, what was that deal you guys were talking about all weekend? Yeah, the Black Friday deal that ends tonight. That was the one we were talking about. So yeah, sorry. Losers. You know who was the loser last night? Me in NBA, because everything we thought was going to happen, yeah, the opposite thing happened. But that's okay. We're gonna get it back on football. The team free money. EMac head-to-heads, $1 head-to-heads are in the DK lobby. I just continue to get my ass kicked, so enjoy. I should just be PayPaling people money at this point, but jump in on those. All right, Matt, let's look at our game here. At the top, we talked about the injuries. We talked about the weather. What do you think you got going on here for the Purdy? Let's break down Purdy in the shoulder.
I mean, I feel like if he's playing, he's fine. That's just how you have to go by it, in my opinion. Now, weather is awful in this game. So I think you set back quarterbacks that aren't like elite running quarterbacks, like Josh Allen is back a notch. Purdy, though, I feel like he's the type of quarterback that, I don't love him in weather like this, but I don't think it's going to affect him as much as I think it would other quarterbacks. I'll say that. I think he's fine here. I don't have a strong take towards Purdy. He's coming in, let's see, 44% owned in totality, and I'm like getting 45%. In the flex, I'm right there at captain. I'm a little bit under the field. So I think he's a solid play. I don't really no interest in going like massively overweight, but I don't want to fade him either. I think he's one of the top pieces from San Francisco.
So we've talked about it several times. He is not really a rushing quarterback. He gets 20 or so yards per game since he's been a full-time starter. He's got a couple touchdowns feathered in here or there. It's not his main function. And if I want to say he has two rushing touchdown games. I know there was at least one because there was a couple wonky things. So he's someone that, if it's there, he'll get it, but he's not really going to add much. He's going against a tough defense. It's cold and he's got a shoulder. So him running is probably the least of the priorities. And again, it's his throwing shoulder. So already an issue that kept him out for 1 week. So I think we'll see more of a pocket protection here. I'm guessing the colder weather will and his shoulder will probably lead to more short passes and mid-range passes that could impact Jawan Jennings, who, wait for it, I don't think anyone would argue, but this season he has been the top receiver for the 49ers, which is rather interesting. They've got some decisions to make with Deebo Samuel, who is wrapping up his 6th season. There is an out on his contract for next year. I was trying to look that up quickly. I couldn't tell if it was, usually it's going to be favor the team. So technically they could pick up his option or let him go with the cap hit. But yeah, he hasn't been great this year. Some people were saying, oh, it's because he was used by like a running back far too much in his career. I think he only has around